All right, guys, we're going to check out the new talent tree system for Druid for Dragonflight. So let's take a look at the baseline abilities you have for all Druids, I imagine. Hopefully, you'll find a list of all baseline abilities available for Druids, including class shared.
Cheers,
all right,
honey. Dude,
so
love
you
the
have
tourney
Wrath,
games.
Moonfire, Regrowth, Revive, Entangling Roots, Bear Form, Bark Skin, Growl, Cat, Prowl, Dash, Ferocious Bite, Aqua Form, Travel Form, Flight Form, Teleport, Mark of the Wild, and Rebirth. Mark of the Wild, you have a baseline buff. Increases the target's speed and critical strike chance by 3%, and reduces their magic damage taken by 3%. If the target is in your party or raid, all party and raid members will be affected. Okay. So this is interesting. I feel like the fact that they're going to give a baseline buff back to Druids makes me feel like they're going to give baseline buffs back to Shaman. So 3% reduced magic damage and 3% crit. That seems pretty decent, honestly. Definitely seems pretty decent. All right, now let's go take a look at the Resto talents. So row 1, Life Bloom, 15 seconds. Avi, Efflorescence. Grows a healing blossom at the target's location, restoring a small amount of health to 3 injured allies within 10 yards every 2 seconds. Nature Swiftness. Doesn't tell us the cooldown on it. Regrowth, Rebirth, Entangling Roots, instant free, castable in all forms. So one thing to note is you can't use Cyclone with this. Doesn't tell us the cooldown of it. Omen of Clarity. I don't think this is something that Resto Druids have. Wait, yes it is. Your healing over time effect from Life Bloom is a 4% chance causing clear casting, making your next regrowth cost no mana. This is all very basic stuff for Resto Druid. So now we're right here. Improved Life Bloom is now treated. Additional restoration heal over time. Life Bloom is now treated as 1 out of 2 additional restoration heal over time effects. 2 out of 2. Oh, wow. So improved Life Bloom is literally just jacked. This is obviously something you're going to take. I imagine you're going to take most of this stuff. You're going to be missing 17 talent points here. You get 30 and there's 47. So you're obviously not going to get all of them. This seems like one you're obviously going to want to make your mastery better. I imagine, as long as mastery's good. Improved Nature Swiftness, reduce the cooldown by 20 seconds. I'm not sure how good this is going to be, just because 20 seconds doesn't seem like that much. The target skin becomes as tough as Ironwood, reducing damage taken by 20% for 12 seconds. Okay, Iron Bark, you're obviously going to get that. So moving on to Improved Wild Growth. Wild Growth heals 1 additional target. I imagine you'll probably never take that. Regrowth initial heal is a 40% chance increased critical strike if the target's already affected by Regrowth. You don't really want this either, though, but I'm not sure if you want Tranquility. You actually probably don't want Tranquility now that I think about it. So you'll actually probably just straight up skip these talents, which means this is a free 5 points. Yeah, see, I just don't think you regrowth often enough to get the value out of getting the crit if a target's already regrowth. While gross healing falls off less over time, doesn't really seem like you want that one. Tranquility heals all allies within 40 yards for 8 seconds. Each heal affects the target for a small amount, increasing healing. So obviously you're going to want Tranquility if the PvP honor talent is still in the game for Tranquility Bubble. Ysera's Gift heals you for 2 out of 4 of your maximum health every 5 seconds. This is weird though, because it says 2/4% of your maximum health every 5 seconds, but there's 3 talents there. So either that is a bug, or maybe it goes to 5%. And it just doesn't say. I'm not 100% sure. Ysera's Gift's always pretty good, though. So here's Nourish. Heals a friendly target, receives triple bonus from Mastery. I'm not exactly sure if you're going to want that, but we'll see. So Soul of the Forest, obviously, like a pretty standard talent. Increase the healing of your next regrowth or rejuve or Swiftman. Obviously very good. So you're actually just going to have to take this path regardless. Like, you're always going to have to take this path. So you're honestly kind of clogged on points already. Curious what this is. Inner Peace. Reduce the cooldown on Tranquility. While channeling Tranquility, you take 20% reduced damage and are immune to knockbacks. I don't think that sounds that good, personally. I don't know if you're going to want that. I imagine you won't unless you're like fighting against a monk or something. Cultivation. When Rejuve heals a target below 60%, it applies Cultivation to the target, healing for a small amount. So if Mastery... Wait, can you take pass up? No, I'm pretty sure you have to go straight down. So, for example, like, if I went this way into here, I couldn't go up this way. I'm pretty sure you have to follow the path downwards. I'm pretty sure Cultivation seems like you probably want it, especially imagining, like, you'll get Ysera's Gift anyway. Yeah, this has got to be Improved Tranquility here. Increase the healing done to Trank and wild growth on the based on the current health of target. Lower targets are healed for more. So maybe honestly, if you have improved tranquility and wild growth, like the talents for tranquility and wild growth will actually be pretty good because they'll be real talents. So this is what you call a choice node. You can see it right here. So choice nodes have a little arrow, which means you could choose between specific talents. So right here, you're going to be choosing between Cenarian Ward and Abundance. I mean, from a PvP standpoint, like the talent's already in the game. Cenarian Ward is absolutely going to be taken all the time. You're never going to take Abundance. Increase healing from your healing over time effects by 10/20% from Iron Bark, rank 2, Stone Bark right there. That's definitely a must take. Another choice node right here. Spring Blossom or Overgrowth. From a PvP standpoint, you're always going to take Overgrowth, I'm like pretty certain. Rampant Growth. Regrowth heals for more over its duration, and its healing over time effect also applies to the target of your life bloom. Oh, this was like a Azurite trait back in BFA, and I actually really like this Azurite trait. This was something that was really nice because, like, from my point of view, I could literally like dip out of line of sight and regrowth myself, and it would put a regrowth on my target that was in line of sight, or you know, behind the pillar or whatever. So it was pretty nice to get that up. Rejuve's duration is increased by 1 second and heals for an additional amount when it's your only heal over time. This was also a Azurite trait, if I am correct. And literally Grove Tending. Swiftman heals a target for over 9 seconds. This was also an Azurite trait. So this is kind of interesting because I think some of these Azurite traits that we lost actually made our characters feel less powerful. So I actually like that they're kind of bringing these back in. It's, in my opinion, it's nice. And I'll tell you what, right now, if they continue this trend with Resto Shamans, one of the best traits that Resto Shamans had was a shield goes up on your target below 50% when you Riptide them. So I'd be really happy to see that come back for Resto Shaman. And then now we have another choice node here. This looks like new stuff because I've never seen this. Your heal over time effects on the target complete their healing 100% faster on a 45-second cooldown. This literally just seems like a cracked out version of Flourish. Super short cooldown, 100% faster. That seems like really good burst healing for Resto Druid. Wild Growth has a 40% chance to cause your next Rejuve or Regrowth to apply to 3. I mean, this is just AoE PV stuff. So far, the talent choices for the choice nodes seem pretty brain dead for PvP. It feels like there's literally just no competition. Row 9, Germination. You can apply Rejuve to the same target twice. Rejuve's duration is increased by 2 seconds. Obviously very good. An additional choice node. We have Incarnation Tree of Life and Convoke the Spirits. So I'm not 100% sure which one's going to be better here. This is one of the ones that, you know, this is obviously a ton of immediate healing, and this is like a big cooldown. I think this will probably be 3 minutes versus 2 minutes. So I'm not 100% sure. Maybe we would go with Incarnation here. I'm not sure. That's a tough one. Yeah. It's a tough one. And then Innervate. If you cast Innervate on someone else, you gain effective 50% effectiveness. Passive mana regen is increased by 5%. So 5% increased mana regen is not a lot. It's half as effective as the talent Enlightenment from Holy Priest. And that talent doesn't even seem that insane personally. So 5% doesn't seem like a whole lot. So I probably imagine that you will not really care for that much unless you're going heavily for this. Also, I will say it looks like it's going to be like... I don't know if you're going to be able to get both of these choice nodes. I would have to look, but we're about to be at the final row here. NNF means like it's not exactly done yet. Adaptive Swarm, I think that one's obviously really good, so you're definitely going to want to go over here. Adaptive Swarm's obviously very good. Photosynthesis or the Dark Titan's Lessons. Wow, these are literally... This is a legendary, right? Dark Titan's Lessons? This is crazy, actually. Oh, this is also... Dude, what? Okay, so legendaries are also now in your talent system? This is really interesting. While your life bloom's on yourself, your periodic heals heal for 20% faster. When your life bloom's on your ally, your periodic heals on them have 4% chance to cause it bloom. But I feel like double bloom sounds so insane, man. Especially with Circle of Life and Death, your damage over time and healing over time. 25% less time, and then healing over time, 15% less time. It's like kind of nuts. Shifting out of Incarnation before it expires ends the effect and refunds a portion of its cooldown. This can't be good for PvP. Circle of Life and Death is right here. I imagine this is improved incarnation and convoke. Yeah, the problem with that is like if you have to shift into bear or something, it seems so trash. So I don't actually think you're going to want this. Convoke the Spirits has increased chance to use an exceptional spell. So for Convoke, it's really good. For Incarn, not so good. Every 3 casts of Swiftman grants you Incarn. That's right here. That's kind of insane. Oh my god, Verdant Infusion, Blizzard. You sons of guns, man. Verdant Infusion is now here. Dude, there's a lot of legendaries in this talent tree. So yeah, this is the 4 set from tier right now, and this is the legendary. And I don't think you really need this. So, man, oh goodness, looking at this, like, how would we want to put our points in here? Basically, I imagine you're going to put in the bare minimum to get as much as you can from the bottom. So we technically, after looking at it, we were able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're able to get 5 points from the bottom row. That's what I gathered from this. Now we could take a look at the Druid tree, and you have 31 points on this Druid tree. Druid class talents: Rake the target for bleed and additional bleed over 15 seconds, granted by default when selecting Feral. Okay, so the rejuvenation is default when selecting Resto, so there's no point here. There's no point here. But let's go ahead and put 1 point in Frenzied Regen. Oh shit, because I feel like we're obviously going to take Frenzied Regen. Starfire, I don't think we care about, but there is a world where maybe you want Boom Canaf into like Rogue Mage and stuff specifically, so you can definitely make builds. Wait, Frenzied Regen and Barks can increase all healing by 20%. Alright, let's just go ahead and maybe toss a couple points there. That seems pretty good. Alright, so obviously we need 1 point in Remove Corruption. That's just a fucking no-brainer. You know what's kind of interesting to see now is that not every build is going to have Decurse. You have to spec into it. I would like Moon Conform, but I can't really guarantee that. Maim definitely seems nice, but I don't know how hard I'm going to push for it. Now that I'm seeing this, actually, Skull Bash is here, so maybe we will want to go down this way, but let's just keep checking it out for now. Healing and magic damage dealt increased. Yeah, so we probably want 3 points in this. Skull Bash. You charge and bash the target's skull. Shocker. Interrupting spellcasting, preventing any spell, and that skull cast for 4 seconds. Obviously, Skull Bash is pretty nice. I'm not sure if I want to get it yet, but let's just, in case we do, we need to do like this, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we want Skull Bash, we're not going to say we're going to get it yet, but we'd have to take 6 points for this, okay? Thick Hide, reduce all damage taken by 6%. That seems pretty nice, I'm not going to lie. Wild Charge, this is definitely a must-have. Now that I'm looking at this, guys, I feel like you have to be able to go up, right? There's nothing else that connects it. So I'm not really sure how to feel about that. Either way, we're obviously going to want a point in Wild Charge. Tiger Dash. Oh, Tiger Dash is back. I think Wild Charge is probably better. Healing done and healing taken increased by 6%. I mean, that's just fucking insane. That's a freaking obvi. Cyclone. Obvi. Increase the range of all your abilities. Oh, man, that is so fucking nice, dude. That is so fucking nice, guys. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to put points in here yet, because, I mean, yeah. Man, that's so nice. Typhoon, pretty nice, I'm not going to lie. But it might be hard to get. When you use Barkskin or Survival Instincts, absorb a small amount of damage over 8 seconds. I don't know how important that is. Stampeding Roar, increase the movement speed of your friendlies. I'm not super interested in that. I'm trying to be, like, really stingy with my points here. Obviously, like, looking at this, we need 8 points above this mark. And we need 20 points above this mark. So we're going to have to figure that out eventually. This is really weird that Wild Growth is in this talent tree. As a matter of fact, it actually doesn't really make sense because there's so many talent points for Wild Growth in the other tree. But for now, like, we'll put a point in Wild Growth just because we have a whole bunch of stuff in the other tree that buffs it. Incapacitating Roar or Mighty Bash. Wow, you actually have to choose between them. I mean, we're obviously going to want a point here, but we haven't done anything with this tree yet, so we're just leaving it blank for now. Ursa and Vigor is increased health and armor. You gain 1, 2, 3% of a stat based on your current form. Haste and no form, cat, crit, bear, verse, moonkin, mastery. That's kind of interesting. Rejuve's duration's increased by 3 seconds. It's actually pretty nice. We'd probably want that, is my guess. Mass Entangle or Ursul's Vortex. We're obviously going to put a point in that. Well-honed Instincts. Stampeding Roar, Renewal. Oh, Renewal's kind of hot, actually. Innervate. Probably one Innervate. When you shift into form, you haven't been using abilities cost no rage, energy, or mana. Wait, what the hell? That won't really help you, I guess, for the most part. Abilities not associated with your chosen specialization are substantially empowered. Heart of the Wild is back. That was actually a really cool ability back in the day. All single target healing and damage spells are also heal a nearby friendly target based on 20% of the amount done, 40% for damage spells. I feel like this doesn't seem that good, but I guess it seems okay for AoE healing. I don't know. I mean, personally, I definitely think there's a lot of choices here, but maybe it's because I'm not a Druid main. But I feel like this, like, and I'm not trying to hate on anything at all. I like the talent tree, I like the options, but I feel like I'm not really like too excited about this. You know what I mean? Like, there's just the spells in general. I was more excited with the other tree. Maybe other druids are really excited about this. I don't think there's supposed to be really anything new in these talent trees for the most part. Let's take a look at what we got here. I feel like having a kick for Rest of Druid just seems kind of mandatory. So let's just go ahead and put these 6 points in. So we have the 1, we have the 2, we have the 3, we have the 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have the 6 right here. So I'll just get this out and put a 1 here. So I'll confuse myself. I think we do this, into this, into this, into this. Alright, so I don't really give a fuck about Soothe if I'm being honest. I guess we'll take Innervate. I guess we'll take Vigil. So we probably could do 2 here, into 1 here, into 3 here, into 1 here, into 1 here. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So I gotta get rid of 4 points. Fuck, do we do that, man? Oh my god, this is fucking insane. Okay, 2 points there, 2 points there. When you fall below 40% health, you cast Frenzy Regen up to once every 120/90 seconds. Okay, you need Auto Frenzy. I was fucking griefing there. I think honestly, bro, you drop Vigil, maybe. What these talent trees are doing, guys, is they're actually making it so, like, even though this is really good, you have to skip it. And this is just tough. I really think that these talent trees are going to be completely depend on what you fight against. Like, in the grand scheme of things, man, like, if you fight against Mage Rogue, you're going to want Boomkin form, right? Like, I don't need this talent. This is Mass Entangle or Vortex. They're nice, but you don't need them. You know? Renewal, sometimes you might not need. Yeah, Auto Frenzy seems pretty good all the time. But Kick is always valuable. This is a tough tree to figure out, guys. It's actually really difficult to see everything. But, I mean, your Bash is right here. Your Vortex is right here. Your Knock is right here. Oh, my goodness, man. It's just a lot, man. So, I will say, difficult decisions, good for the game. That you never be lonely. Be the band.